internet.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it's ridiculous. So I go by the name Steph Saucy, and I just want to say thank you for joining me. I just want to introduce you. You know, your name is Tera Chantelle, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Tera Chantelle is a self-love coach and a spiritual activist. So I want to ask you, what is a self-love coach? And can you talk about your self-love manual?
Yes, I just appreciate you so much for thinking about me. Honestly, to place this
Absolutely,
opportunity
yes.
means a lot, especially like
Yeah.
knowing just a little bit about myself. I am Tera Chantelle. I have been on my self love journey for 5 years. So I walk it like I talk it, you know. So I
That's good.
really,
That's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, so I really believe it starts with you. I believe that you have to have a solid relationship to actually interact with this world in a positive manner and a positive way. So we weren't taught how to love ourselves. We were taught to look outside of ourselves, and that's when we end up in lack, having low self-esteem, and looking for someone to save us and not realizing that you are the one that's going to save you here. So, self love for me is knowing my potential and knowing my purpose here. I really believe that we were called to do something so magical here. And I'm going to place it. I'm going to place this bet on myself. I'm not going to bet on nobody else. I'm betting black on myself because I know I can never fail myself. We put so much into other people's hands and not into ourselves' hands. So I was coaching myself first and foremost, building my own self-esteem up, shifting my mindset, unlearning a lot of beliefs that serves me no good, and now just teaching and being the example for other women that to show where our power lies. Our power lies within, and we shouldn't just give this away to any and everyone. And that led me to write Self-Love Manual. It's just a guide, an easy, simple guide to teaching us step by step of just respecting ourselves, having knowledge of ourselves, how to interact with other relationships, and starting with the key of it all. We were never taught to love ourselves, so we have to learn that we are the number one priority in this life.
Okay, that's great. So now your upbringing, I'm guessing someone, you know, your parents must have had an influence on you growing up. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, how did they inspire you, you know, teach you right from wrong, and, you know, obviously made you into this woman that you are?
Yes, I am so blessed to be raised by a two-family household. I'm actually a middle child, and my parents are still married to this day. So the covenant that I was brought into was love. So I feel like when any parents bringing in children intentionally on purpose, then these children are going to move different in this world. But if you are unplanned or oopsie, no wonder why we have a lot of people in jail, a lot of people criminals, because they have no awareness of themselves because they wasn't built up around love. So I had a display of positive masculine energy, and I had a display of positive feminine energy in the same household. So I saw the dynamic. I saw how beautiful marriage can be, and if that path is for me, it's not. But I realized just seeing that first and foremost, firsthand, just being blessed with parents that actually provided for me and that led my steps. And now I am successful because I was raised by great, solid a family. Honestly, I feel like childhood plays such a huge role into all of our lives. We're still like children at heart, and a lot of people are underdeveloped and they are just running around here masking as adults. So the childhood really affects the adulthood. If we were abandoned, if we were neglected, if we didn't have that love from our parents, it really shows in the adulthood.
That's very hard because, you know, I know a lot of people that have a single parent household compared to you with the two parent household. So I think, you know, having a male figure, and of course a woman is going to be always a woman. So I just want to ask you, you have your movie out. Congratulations on that.
Wow, thank you.
It's available on Amazon. So how did that, you know, theme come about? And, you know, obviously can you shed light on the importance of your theme when it comes to like Black love and Black relationships?
Wow, yes. So, I just got this vision to write this script about royal purpose because I believe that we came from royalty as melanated people. We were born in royalty. We just forgot that we kings and queens and that we running all of this.
Tell people that.
We running all of this. We came from royalty, and then we have a purpose here as melanated people, as spiritual beings overall. So we got to walk into it and act like it. Act like gods and goddesses because that's who we are originally. So I just obeyed the calling. Like God planted this seed in me. I was seeing a lot of lack in the dynamic of relationships, especially Black love, and I wanted to bring light how powerful a Black woman is in a Black man's life, a positive one, that we really can truly like lift a brother up. We can all go towards the right direction if we both have our heads on straight. So it's a comedy, we have a lot of laughs and giggles. It's always a villain in every story. So but it just shows the relationship, a platonic relationship with a Black man and a Black woman, that we can actually conquer this challenge together.
Okay, that's good. And I definitely want to let the listeners know to make sure you go check that. That's definitely going to be available on Amazon, right?
Yes, it is available now.
It's available on Amazon, right?
Yes, it's available now.
Oh, great. All right, so look, let me get to this next topic. All right, this is going to be a deep one because a lot of times, like I've seen your media, and I see women in the media, whether they may be music or of course, social media. I just feel like it's like, when you see people online, they got OnlyFans, right? And they showing off their bodies, sexually expressing themselves, and then you hear it in the music too. Is that self-love? I don't know if that's self-love to me.
Yeah, that sounds like self-hatred to me as well, honestly.
But you don't agree with that?
Honestly, I don't agree with this sexual liberation that we are pushing, how we are over-sexualizing women. I do not agree with how we are presenting ourselves, how we are being so over sexualized, because sex is a powerful thing, and it's not casual how the music is trying to make it. They are promoting women to be prostitutes. It's very transactional when you having sex with someone. No wonder why love is hard to find, because sex is so easy. You can get it from anybody and everybody. All you got to do is slide in a DM real quick, especially if you even said it about OnlyFans. If you're just showing this, of course you're looking like meat right now. Women are putting themselves out there as prey, and it's showing very lack of self-esteem and also lack of self-respect. Because especially if you have people that's looking up to you, if you are a woman with character and morals, you should not even feel like you have to display yourself in that manner. You are worth more than rubies can ever be bought for. You are more than this body. More. So we just acting so vain right now. It's all in vanity. And we have to just look over the flesh and like enter into sexual discipline. And a lot of people don't have sexual discipline. A lot of people are just moving with the urgency to have sex with any and everybody because they're feeling a void right now of emptiness within, because they don't have the self-love. So they feel like they have to do this physical act to get some type of ecstasy feeling, when you can feel ecstasy just sitting outside in nature if you got self-love within yourself. You don't got to do a whole lot of nothing but sit still with yourself and feel truly at bliss.
That's deep, man. Because you know what? Because I feel like, are the days of traditional woman over? Or can we get back to that?
Oh yeah, we got some real ones out here. Because I know I'm a real one. So I surround myself by real ones. So I don't surround myself by women that are at that low frequency like that. So I see beautiful, positive Black women around me. but it's a lot of course it's a lot of savages out here, so they're like taking up space because they want all the attention. So we're just like, we're looking past of the women that are quiet, that have morals and characters.
I always grew up, looking at a man and a woman that two different, counterparts. Obviously, different body parts and stuff like that. But from a perspective of a man, right, we were taught that you got to provide for your family. You got to show physical, emotional support to your woman. It's like, and then nowadays, it feels like, if you have a girl and the only thing she can give you is sex, it's just like, what's the point then of going out with the girl? Because I feel like a man's supposed to have help from a woman through his endeavors. And you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, what are your expectations of a man should be?
I don't have no expectations of anybody in this life, because that's just going to end up disappointed. The only person I rely on is God. Honestly, it's God. I feel like that's where we're going wrong, is having transactional relationships. Like, what can you do for me and I'll do this for you? It's like give me this, give me that, scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours, when really all we got to do is support each other. We have to know what our mission here, and of course, like, if you know your mission here, now you can have many different people help you with your mission here. But if you don't have a mission, then you're gonna be aimlessly wandering around getting distracted out here, and nobody can really help you, so because you're not focused. But if we're focused, we can have plenty of help. And that's why I think we should start off with having platonic relationships with men and women. We don't have platonic relationships. Platonic relationship is just not being physically active with one another. We have an intimate relationship, friendship bond. That is a true friendship, like you have with your bros, like you have with your sis. Like, that is platonic when sex is not involved. That's where we should start at. No wonder why there's no healthy relationships, because we can't even start as a platonic relationship with one another. It's a reason why men and women are having such a hard time having a dialogue right now. It's like everyone wants to get something out of each other. It's not pure anymore. It's not genuine. And I think that's where we have to start, is first by having the love for ourselves, because then we're not going to need anything from anybody.
Agree. Oh, well, it sounds like you do good by yourself now. You don't need nobody.
I love people, but I truly love myself and my solitude more, like it's a balance. So I'm able to interact with people, do business with people, but then I prefer to sleep alone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the first I've heard from a woman say that. There's times where, you're young, you feel like, obviously I can do bad all by myself. But then when you get older in age, don't you feel like there's a time where you want to commit to someone and, like, be involved heavily with someone that you can feel like that's your lifetime partner?
At the moment, I don't believe in the term settling down. I'm like, what am I settling for in this life? That just sounds like I'm living less than what God set me up for. We have been really programmed to believe that we have to do this checklist in relationships. Like, we have to do this, we have to move in, we gotta do this. Who set that up for you? That's not for everybody. You following a pathway that's not built for you. You gotta make your own pathway. And I'm not interested into the social norms that we have been programming for everyone. It just doesn't look appealing to me. It doesn't look fun, because I have took time for myself. Like, if you really master yourself, you can master this life, and you realize what's good for you, what makes you content, what makes you at peace. So you don't even gotta try and bump your head. You don't even gotta hurt other people in the process of learning yourself, because you've been studying yourself. So I really took the time to know myself, and I know what I want in this life, and I know what I don't want. So I'm not gonna waste nobody's time, honestly.
Okay, all right. So I definitely can relate to that. That makes sense. So as a businesswoman, how has the opportunities furthered your business, and what's like your next venture, you think?
The next venture is continuing to do what I'm doing by enlightening myself, and also just being the example for other people, like for other women to realize, like, you can love life, honestly, like genuinely love life without any expectations from other people, without feeling like you have to prove yourself. As women, especially black women, we feel like we have to like jump over hurdles and curdles and to fulfill this like standard of beauty. You don't gotta do none of that but be yourself. Like we've been living in this rat race culture of feeling like we gotta chase the bag, and I feel like you already the bag. All you gotta do is simply be you, and that's all we gotta do. But I'm gonna continue to teach. I'm gonna continue to learn. I let God handle all the plans. I still got a whole bunch of books in me. I still got a whole bunch of movies up in me, whole bunch of podcasts in me. So we just gonna continue to just let the Spirit lead us. I surrender.
Yeah, I mean, that's spiritual, because, it's funny, because my mom is the same way, very spiritual person, she does her meditation, and reads books and stuff like that. That's very important. So I want to ask you, all right, so as far as your viral video, cheating is an illusion, all right? I can understand where you're coming from, right? So check this out. When I looked at your video, okay, you said you don't belong to someone. Okay, I agree. So if someone you're heavily involved with does something to you, and you're trying to the person, be faithful to the person, then wouldn't you feel a certain type of way? Am I over exceeding what I'm saying?
Yes, because we still got triggers inside of us. If we haven't healed like any wounds that were hurting in us, it's all a trigger. So anything that like pisses us off, if we have road rage, if we get looked at, people get triggered off if somebody look at them. It's deeper than that. So it's so deep, and if we haven't like healed ourselves, we are going to be triggered. So imagine like if someone that we feel like we are in this partnership together and not having the awareness that you have no control over nobody, you have no possession over anyone. So you cannot take their actions personal when they are a free person to do what they wish to do. But why are you taking offense to them and making it about you? It's about really like taking accountability for what role did you play in this co-creation, because we all played a role in this co-creation. We ignore a lot of things because we get digmatized. We live in this fantasy and trying to morph someone into this image that we placed in our head. So if the story is not going the way we trying to control it, we are going to be upset until we look within and feel like, why am I triggered when this person's actions really had no effect over me overall, when I have to like not attach to what other people do. And this is an art form. You got to detach yourself to a lot of this belief system, a lot of people's actions, and get rid of the ego. The reason why we can be upset by other people's actions is because we're living in our ego.
Wow, that's deep, man. And that made me look a little bit more different on how I should approach things now. So I'm gonna be a free spirit and do whatever I want. That's great, though. Great conversation. I just got a couple more questions for you. I think this meeting's not too long. So say someone out there listening to this or watching this, they're feeling down. Obviously, they can, look at your self-love manual. But what advice would you give someone that's trying to experiment, a spiritual way of looking at things compared to in the flesh?
You see what I just did there? Just that deep breath in.
Breath, yeah.
It gets us back centered into the present moment. 80% of our problems will be fixed if we just learn how to breathe better. We don't even be breathing correctly. We're so anxious and so anticipating a bad future that's never gonna happen. We have to be here and now, because that's the only truth. What are we worried about the future for? It has no truth into this reality. Of course, like live consciously now, and that's going to lead off to your next day. If you are at peace and bliss right now, guess what tomorrow gonna look like? Guess what the next day? It's just gonna be the same thing. So if you are focused like with your loved ones at this moment, appreciating life, staying in gratitude adds many blessings every single day. And I believe in like the power of the tongue. So every morning I tell myself it's gonna be a great day, and it's always a great day. Every single day. I may have like a little tricky moment, but then it's never going to be a bad day because I control this, my mind. I control my attitude. Yes. If you control your attitude and you have a whole nother perception to this life, having the awareness that you control life, you choose the way you interact with people, you choose your reality. Life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's no longer staying in a victim mentality, why this, why that. It's by realizing that you have the power to manifest whatever reality you want in your life, that you control this. Don't let nobody control you. It's really about owning that and standing in that and having that awareness of it.
And affirm. That's great. That's great. Just before we get up out of here, because I know we got a short time period. So what's the scene like? You're out in Georgia, right?
Yes, Atlanta, baby.
Atlanta. How's the scene out there? Like, you know, as far as like interacting, the media, all that business stuff out there.
For my stance on it, it's blackity black. I love it because it's filled of black excellence, filled of black people willing and helping each other build and collaborate.
I heard about that, yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's Black Mecca and the black media. This is what I came down here for, is for black entertainment. And they always shooting movies left and right, but now I'm more so focused on the independent route because that I'm really big on freedom, you feel me? So I gotta do independent because the way they trying to make everything, like you gotta take a test just to be on set, and I'm not with all of that. So
you're anti-vax?
Oh, I am. You can call me a conspiracy theorist. I think this is all a pandemic. This is a pandemic. It's a plan.
See, that's what I'm trying to be telling people about this vaccine. It's like you're brainwashing people, announcing it over the radio, over the TV to keep getting it. As soon as it drops, people are getting it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's so early for people to just be taking stuff like that. Like that's why you said that, you know, people are brainwashing the society, whether it's for a relationship, whether it's for, you know, job purposes, you know, stuff like that. Like, so what do you think that the people should understand about your message, and what do you want them to ultimately know about you?
This is all an illusion. Everything that we see is temporary. This is a stage play that we're living in right now, and we should not take none of it seriously. Have fun, laugh more. Do not live in fear, because the fear is the virus. And if you're being controlled and manipulated by being afraid of other humans, being afraid to breathe Mother Earth, God did not set life up like this, that you can't simply breathe fresh air. How foolish is that? We are living in the matrix. So if you want to stay asleep, then continue to watch television that tells lies to your vision. Continue to listen to all this secular music that's programming you to be a prostitute or a savage. Continue to watch reality shows that's not real, that is truly scripted, because I see sets firsthand. Like, continue to play this game with them, or you can outsmart it and opt out and just be a foreseer and just be an observer and just be at ease, man, and simply be at peace.
Miss Chantelle, we need more people like you, man, to spread that message, because this is the first time in a long time I've spoken to someone that, you know, actually sees this life as a way of a means to just, you know, go to the next, you know, chapter in your life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see that. They just live this life. But I think there's an external life beyond here that, you know, a lot of people haven't tapped into yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, I'm gonna get it right this time, so we can
For sure.
transcend to a higher level of consciousness. Because that's all we are. We are light beings. Like, we are spiritual, and then we truly are light. So we want to just shine bright out here. Like, have that internal glow hit different. Because it's really all about the internal glow.
Yeah, I agree, man. Damn, wow, this was great. I appreciate it.
This was so much fun.
Spending the time, how's your podcast, by the way, going?
It is going great. So, of course, like, just during this time of, going viral this past couple weeks, I've been just laying low, but we're gonna knock them out as the time progresses. It's an art of balancing. Sometimes when you gotta sit still and just listen and then execute on the next plan, but just know we just keep going. I feel like it's okay to, like, pause and just, like, listen, but you gotta just keep going. But don't, you ain't on no, it's beautiful not being on nobody's time but your own.
That's what I say. Some of my captions and my pictures, you know what I'm saying? When I do things, I like to do it on my time. You know what I mean? So
don't rush me. Yeah. You feel me? Yes, but everything is the way it should be, for real.
No, absolutely. Well, thank you again. We definitely going to have to talk sometime soon. Maybe I can, be out there.
We're
probably hop on. I'm in New York.
Oh, you in New York. Wow, yes.
The media capital.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Like, continue to shine. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Like, everything that you're doing, you are extremely successful. All we got to do is, like, continue to walk into our pathway.
That's it. And I think consistency is key, man. Like you said, like, I think one of your posts, you said that, they wanted me to go viral, but you've been doing hundreds of videos already on this type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like a matter of time.
It was just a matter of time, and God will really prepare us, because we are going to get backlash. Like, when we are living the truth and you're speaking the truth, everybody's not going to like that. You're going to have some haters. You're going to have people that are going to go against you. So God will prepare us mentally, physically, emotionally for this battle that we have to go through. So it was God's timing. It was divine timing. And I was not surprised. Honestly, it was truly, like you said, a matter of time. Just, we really got to trust that.
And you really gotta love what you do. That's why I try to tell people, just love what you do, man. Fall in love with the process.
Yes, because I'm telling you, everybody, that takes a whole nother type of, like, genius, I feel like, as a Black woman, to go viral without taking her clothes off by just provoking a thought.
For sure. Yeah, that was interesting by me, because, for a moment, I'm like, is this lady, like, getting cheated on? I don't know what the heck she's talking about, but I get your message. You speaking facts. You speaking facts, for real.
I appreciate it.
Oh, great. I like your background there. This is at your living space right
Yes, my studio.
Positive quotes, yeah.
We got to surround ourselves by, like, positive message, like, cleanliness is next to godliness as well. So we just gotta, like, our outer reality shows, like, our inner world too.
Okay, great. So before we go, can you just give out your social medias and anything else that you want to say, to promote yourself?
Yes, I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity. Tera Chantelle on all platforms. That is just so funny how, like, we connected. It really was because of the. It really was because of the video. That is hilarious, man. I really did not imagine it to, like, affect so many people, because originally I was just talking to my Instagram, like, story, just off of the spirit. It was not like, it was one take. And I just, like, truly followed the spirit as the message just went where it went. But that is just amazing, just how the universe works. And I just know it's going to continue to work for the good for us. But my Instagram is Tera Chantelle. TikTok is where it happened at as well. TikTok made it happen for us. Gotta get on TikTok, man. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If you wanna do something, do it on TikTok.
It's a
So,
weird space, TikTok, when it happens, man. Yeah, I know.
but TikTok is genius because they can allow people to save your video and then you can still have your username on there and everything. I said, that's smart.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah,
that's the one. So,
all right.
yeah, it's just Tera, Chantelle, and everything. I just appreciate you so much.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm a saucy man, so you gotta, tap in sometime with the sauce guy over here.
Come on, give me some of that sauce.